Grayskull.
Hey, who all in control of this Zoom?
What do you mean?
I mean,
I think everybody, whoever launches it, kind of has it, unless I think when Shah joins, he takes over as the host by default. But anybody else that opens it, I think,
ain't that about a bitch? I could have used this shit last night. Man, no, you know, I did the digest last night.
I meant to ask you about that.
But they only did the free joint, so you know that cut off on you in like 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Yeah. So, well, I'm gonna let y'all know now. I ain't had but that much time.
Yeah.
So I was able to get GRYSKLL out like once, maybe twice.
That's all good, man. Shit, I just wanted you to get out there and do your thing, man. I was glad. I wanted to just be you, man.
I ain't even really get a chance to plug my shit the way I would want to do it, but you know, we went right in, got to going in the topics and shit. Then next thing you know, it's like we got 2 minutes left. Hurry up and tell everybody where they can find you at, and then drop a plug. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm sure it came off, but I'm like, damn, you know, I was like, shit, we probably could have used this joint.
Yeah.
And then it'd have been straight.
Though. Shit, congratulations though. Shit.
Yeah.
And
nice.
The way if they keep doing it, they just gonna pull names out the hat from anybody that's in the chain.
Okay.
You know, if they keep doing it, they just throw just my name came up top because I've been in there putting pressure on.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, trying to get our shit, trying to get, you know, when they talk about Black Mavs, I'm like, man, y'all need to put that shit in the albums of the week. Stop fucking around, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I look for it every week. No Black Mavs at all.
And then I be texting.
Would that show favoritism? They try not to show the favoritism.
I mean, I kind of get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I would never ask. You know what I mean? Because I don't. Yeah. If you don't think it's dope enough to be in there, you don't think it's dope enough to be in there. Mm-hmm. If it's really a matter of not wanting to put something from somebody that you don't think is dope enough, but they be like, well, you did that, then. You know what I mean? Like, because I know they played a couple of S's joints.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, S belongs there. You know, I think S is super dope.
Yeah,
so
that's dope. Yeah.
I couldn't sit back and be like, well, how you do S? Like, you know what I mean? So it was never nothing. Like I told Al, like, yo, my goal is to make it, but I want to make it on some
natural.
Right. You know what I mean?
Undeniable shit. Like, you can't front on this. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
that's for me, that's always been my thing. It's like, all right, it's going to hit. There's going to be one that they, you know, is going to hit.
Like,
and that's the one I want them to play.
King Killer asked me for a joint I did, you know, and I thought, like, I was like, yo, the fact that you even asked for that joint lets me know that you kind of felt it. You know what I'm saying? But that was like, I was never on some old, why you ain't playing my shit? Because I can acknowledge that a lot of what we do might not be in the same vein as what they play a lot of times.
I mean, like I said, I wasn't on that either, and not even on.
But you kind of introduced it as more as a joke than anything.
Yeah, yours was done dope. Yours was done perfectly, man.
Yeah. Then it kind of grabbed legs, but
Yeah. Right. I was just trying to do it as a joke because I wasn't trying to have them show favoritism. I was just like, you know, we got a lot of shit going on here.
Yeah.
You know, can we at the least get a mention? It ain't even gotta be like you say album of the week. Let's just get a mention. Play one song at the end of the joint, or at least say go check out our guys and drop the address. That's all I was really on, you know.
I figure we weren't ready yet, to be honest, because I'll be honest, I'm not operating at peak power, and I feel like, yo, I could do a lot better. Like I still haven't put my 100% into nothing yet.
I mean, man,
I think once we start doing that, we start putting real full energy into this shit, it's gonna be undeniable, man.
But I think a lot of it also has to do with content and subject matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when I think about what I think they put in them joints, I don't make that kind of music. Like, you know what I mean? That's not what I do. So it was never, like I said, I was like, I think from a lyrical content perspective, cool, but the content may not be the right content. And I, you know what I mean, I was always cool. I was like you said, eventually there would be something that they're like, yo, this drink, this the one. You know what I mean? But
that's what I'm saying. As a listener of the last 5 or 10 minutes, in comparison, like I know what you're saying, we not ready as GRYSKLL, but as far as Black Mavs,
yeah, they were ready.
I would expect to hear at least 2 or 3 by now. Whereas, I mean,
but I don't know what it would have been. Like the only joint.
What I hear, the albums of what music plays, not the albums of the week. Okay, I see they go to Sky Zoo and whoever else, but just the music. I feel like I should have heard it already. Just in comparison to not the lyrical content, just the hip hop.
Like the only joint I think that we really had that might have made sense there is a joint with Sadat. I think that probably was dope enough to be played. Yes. I think that was probably a joint.
Why not Sincerely
and
Yours?
I think Sincerely Yours probably did. I think Sincerely Yours. I just don't know. Like it goes so opposite of kind of some of the stuff they like.
Oh my goodness!
But yeah, like I think those 2 joints and maybe the Honey Jazz to me would have made sense. Like Honey Jazz, I absolutely think
there's a few points on that branches to the same tree that should definitely be on there.
I think there's a couple joints there that's decent.
Yeah, I think they'll make it on Adjust the Music. I got a feeling we're gonna see one of those pop up on there.
Yeah, I think like that. You know, they put their joint as an album of the week. That surprised me. I'm like,
yeah, that's dope.
Word, you know what I mean? So,
that's a dope plug right there. That's a big honor right there, man.
Yeah. Like I was surprised, you know what I'm saying? And it didn't feel like, let me just do this to appease these niggas. You know what I mean? It felt like, yo, it made it. You know what I mean? So that was dope to me. It didn't feel like, all right, man, here you go, little nigga. You know what I mean?
Yeah, natural merit, man.
Scram, kid. So, but yeah. But like I told Alan, like, yo, my goal, like, is to get something on that joint, yo. Like, you know what I mean? So
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of timing too. Sometimes when they do the Just the Music joints, like what they're listening to at the time. If you release something 2-3 months ago that they ain't been listening to, you know, recently, I think that might get you excluded too. I think time.
Yeah, I don't know how much music Kurt G listens to me. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it, yo.
Yo, like, me neither.
Bro, like I be listening to stuff now. I'm like, yo, I thought this was my favorite artist. I never heard this before. So I don't know how. Like Kurt G has. Yeah, I wouldn't even want that responsibility, yo. I was like, and this week we got the new Stakes is High by De La Soul.
Yeah, really? I get
Midnight Marauders. Yeah, that new Midnight Marauders.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all heard that new special ed? I got it made.
Because I'll be honest, I'm not even listening to podcasts and none of that right, you know, for the past year or two, man. So I've been missing. I don't know what's going on in none of the shows and nothing. I'm just in my own world exploring that. I'm exploring around inside my head right now.
That ain't necessarily bad though.
I listen when anything touches home. But other than that, I'm just not consuming right now.
You got a finite amount of time, man. It's a finite amount of time and an infinite amount of material. You know what I mean? So you got to pick and choose, yo.
On top of the material you got to already create.
Right. Yes. And that's the thing. Like, you know, Cats is busy, man. We got lives. You know what I mean? This is extracurricular. This isn't.
It's also important to me to make sure that I try to stay as original as possible. So I try and keep outside influences away as much as possible too, man. Even when it comes to this, what we doing here on GRYSKLL, I try not to listen to the shows because I don't want to pick up anything that sounds too much like anybody else's shows, anything.
Mm-hmm. I'm in we play, I used to run like 3 or 4 like fantasy football leagues, right? Crazy. So this year was, I'm not watching sports, I'm not watching football, but a friend of mine, he ran it this year. So today, he kicked me out of the league because he's the manager this year. I said, oh. I said, you know what? Let me just see what's up with my team, if I really like this team. I thought about it. A big relief. I'm like, damn, now I can get to the music. Now I can get, man, you know how much I watch ESPN, Skip and Shannon, because I'm trying to win this money. I'm listening to ESPN radio in the morning instead of listening to some beats or something. I felt like a world of relief from one league. I got it. Even though I was like 8-2, you know what I'm saying? I was pretty well, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna get it, but I said, you know what? I said, don't worry. No, you know what, D? I'll put you back in. I said, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And it's not because of the friendship and all that stuff. It's not, I said, don't worry about it because, like you saying, it's just like it felt like a big cloth over me. I don't know what it is. This is year after year. That part of pressure that we just probably do to ourselves, watching basketball, doing this, like, damn.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like I never really got into the fantasy leagues, and a part of the reason is because I know the way I am, I would never get away from trying to be on top of that. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be on top of it. Because it's another thing. I'm in it, Yep. Yeah.
And if that's your personality, like I was explaining to my wife, like, I don't know how to do anything halfway. You know what I mean? I got a problem with sneakers. I got a big problem with sneakers. You know what I mean? I got, so I'm like, if I started to drink, my family history and my approach to everything I do tells me that I would go overboard. And it doesn't even make sense to put myself in that situation. It's just easier to avoid it altogether. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah. Addictive.
Kudos to you for recognizing that and knowing better and turning the other way though, man. It ain't easy, bro.
Yes.
Yeah. And like I said, I the family history, you know what I mean? It's in the gene pool. You know what I'm saying?
So you've seen evidence.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense to see if I'm stronger than it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't miss it. But yeah.
The thing about it is, I think we are strong enough because along with that lesson I learned, I've been cleaning up everybody else's shit. I clean up my man's shit. Like I said, I got the crib with my girl and I got the crib over here. Get over there, I got to clean up with the cats. Over here, I got to clean up behind him. Friends, I got to clean up y'all dirt. You need this. You know what? It's not just football and fantasy. It's everything. Kind of like you saying. Got to get back to who I am. Eternia.
Yo, bro, I had to damn near cut everybody a couple years ago, man. I had to cut down to just me because I realized I was giving a whole lot of myself outside.
Yes.
And wasn't receiving nothing coming back. And at the same time I was doing all that, I wasn't doing doing my music or doing the things that I really love, man. So that's part of what led me to where we are today, man, was realizing all that and realizing like, yo, it's just me really. And I can build from just me once I realize who the fuck I am and what's really important to me and, what I'm willing to accept, and all this and that. I had to change my whole world, bro. But I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change what it's changed to for the world. I tell you that. But it's a few things I want to clean up. I was messy about it. But I was, when Rashid, you talking about the drinking, I get that because I was going through a fifth of vodka every 2 days about 2 years ago. Yeah, it was bad. I was toasty. So it's a long story for me, man. But I say all that to say, man, if you seeing right now spots where you can buy your time back, I think you're gonna be real happy when you do it, man.
Yeah.
And it's something that happens in waves. It's not something that just happens overnight, but over time, as you shed some of that unnecessary weight, you'd be surprised at what kind of wings you get as a result, man.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thankful every day for y'all, man. I'm like, shit, this is the reward for doing all that as far as I'm concerned. Like all the moves I made to cut and kind of whittle down, I was like, shit, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm really by myself. All right, I'm gonna figure this shit out. And y'all have been like the like, yo, this is the reward for you putting in that work, man. You cutting that liquor back, all that shit. It's all paying off.
Dinner time after work, 5 o'clock. Now it's just water.
Yeah,
like a couple of
chiefing though.
Half a 6-pack, watching the game, doing something. But yeah,
yep.
That's probably why you're so creative right now. It seemed like you were in the groove.
Yeah, I think that's playing a big role in it, man. I didn't even know I had any other talents besides making music, and I found that out by accident and shit. But my lady taught me that I could, the painting thing and the videography and all that shit. That's all come over the past couple of years, man. Just after leaving that fucking liquor alone, yeah, man. So my whole life, I was just like, yeah, I'm just a dude who can work on computers, and yeah, I know how to make a couple beats, but that's it. But shit, yeah, it's cutting that shit back and cutting them people back that had me doubting myself, the feeding imposter syndrome and all that. That's all made the difference, bro.
Wow.
It's amazing once you touch something and you realize you kind of like it, how you can build that skill set pretty quick. And in a lot of ways, it's in you inherently. If you're creative, a lot of those creative things are in you already. You know what I mean? Like I can't draw, but photography I've done. I was talking to my wife about buying, grabbing a video camera, man, and getting into a market where we can market as a low cost option to, these couple grand videographers. You know what I'm saying? You want your wedding video, you want a video for your wedding.
That's a great idea.
Can't afford to spend $3,000. All right, well, get us $600-700, and here's what we can give you. So you may not get the editing and some of that stuff, but you'll get a quality video that you can enjoy for a third price. You know what I mean? I'm not that person, but you know what I mean, over time, and I think there's a market for that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's a great idea.
And if you need help with editing on some of that stuff, man, that might be a place where we can work together too, man. If you want to ship the files over after you record them, man.
Yeah.
All right. Word.
I'm right. I don't know if you know, but I'm still kind of free falling when it comes to cash. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna find where it is, where it's gonna start coming from eventually. But this videography, I think the video editing might be one of my lanes to start pulling some, some paper in, man. So
y'all little videos be nice.
Thank you. It's all practice, man. Just trying
I would have thought you've been doing this for years. That's mind blowing, dog. Really it is. Well done. All right, man.
Thank you, bro. It's been a wild ride the past couple of years, past few years, man. But it's been a good one, man. There's some ugly shit, but there's been some beautiful shit too.
But once you find that peace with yourself, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Once you realize that it's all right, it's a whole like I find myself creating turmoil in my life because I was so comfortable operating in it. You know what I mean? Like, this is going too smooth. That can't be right. Let me go muck this up real fast. You know what I mean? Here's some dirt. All right, cool. I'm back in my comfort zone. And that's unhealthy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I had to realize that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like last year, I think I might have told y'all, man, September, October last year, I was bugging, yo. I was just like, I had been in the house for 8 months. I was scared to go out. Like, it was like, yo, everything was closing in around me. I'm like, yo, I gotta figure this thing out, man. But
Hearing you talk about that shit though was helpful though. First time you told me about that shit, I was like, damn, I can't have been kind of isolating myself. And I noticed it. As a matter of fact, we went to Delaware last week, and the owner of the Airbnb, he had to come through to fix the oven. He was like, man, living out here in this house, because we had a little beach house, and it's it's a little small town with maybe less than 50 houses in the little town right there.
Okay.
We can walk onto the water. And he moved out of that house back into the woods. He's like, yo, when I was living out here, I developed a social anxiety. I couldn't go nowhere. I just didn't like going to stores, none of that. I'm like, damn. Well, I thought it was just that I just don't like people, but maybe it is a social anxiety thing, because I've been kind of locked in, just focusing on develop these skills, get the hell away from IT, build yourself. But at the same time, yeah, I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to see nobody. But I wonder if part of it is social anxiety. Is I guess the whole point is like, I wonder if I have started to develop that as a result. On top of the fact that I was already an introvert.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
As an only child, I hear it a lot because most of the people I know, or people I talk to be like, well, you say that because you're an only child, but it's kind of like trying to get back to that because you have to have so much to do. I mean, I had to. The only child, if you set up a schedule, which you probably be on, you know what I'm saying? You can go through the whole day and actually get shit done. You know, not so bad. You know.
I wasn't the only child, but I was a latchkey, and my sister was older, and me and her didn't fuck with each other when we were kids.
Okay.
So I might as well have been the only child, to tell the truth. Yes, y'all seen the pictures. I was in an all-white neighborhood, and when I went outside, things happen sometimes. So I was like, I just better stay in the house.
Wow. Yeah.
I remember one time the white boys tried to jump me in the garage across the street and shit, just no motherfucking reason. But it was still like, okay, I only had to hit one of them and it was over.
Okay.
But the scream he made me not okay with hitting people ever again. That shit fucked me up. So
but it's wild how you realize like, violence is not dope. It's not dope. You know what I mean? And even as a youth, like you said, you hit him and like you realize you inflicted pain on somebody and feeling like you backed into a corner where you have to consider that an option.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and he was a friend. I mean, before I walked into that garage, he was a friend. But just all of a sudden, they decide they want to jump me this day.
They were gonna try their luck, huh?
Yeah, and let's get the black boy. So yeah, it was ugly, man. I guess that's why you say this shit is like therapy, huh, she?
No, I mean, like even we talk like in the digest chat, like kind of the gun talk has been real heavy the past couple of days, but a couple things happening here recently in Rittenhouse and all that stuff. And, like I've been telling cats like, I'm pro-gun. I'm not pro-gun violence, but I'm pro-gun. But I know January 6th, I remember vividly, I hadn't carried in a minute. Like I made the conscious decision, like, I'm just not carrying because I don't want to bring that energy to myself. I was going to get a haircut, but I had everything I owned on me, I'm like, January 6th was that wild. And I'm like, I don't need to be on my way to the barbershop and just bump into the gung-ho dude. It's like, hey, you seen it? Da 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 da. You know what I mean? And like, when I got to the barbershop, I got back home, I put everything up. I'm like, I don't even like feeling like that. You know what I mean? Like when that thought comes around, like, I'm taking this because I might need it today, versus it's a part of what I do daily. Like that was eye-opening to me, man. I twice during COVID, I did that. Cat I hadn't spoke to in a while reached out to me out the blue, like, let's go do X or Y. And it was just real odd, man. So I took a 9 with me. And I left it in the car. When I got home, man, I was telling my wife, I'm like, I feel bad that I even thought about my man like that. I've known this dude for 15, 20 years. Never, not one time had he ever done anything to give me any reason to doubt him. But I had got so foggy in how I was acting. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I don't know what dude think about. Well, I'm not gonna get caught out there in no bad spot.
Yeah. I can relate.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I can definitely relate, bro.
That those thoughts of violence, man. I'm not a violent dude. You know what I'm saying? Like hey, peace and love, hug everybody. No. You know what I mean? That would be my preference, but I'll also recognize that that's not the world we live in. You know what I mean? So
this is a little off subject. Speaking of violence, though, I don't know if did y'all see D. Rhymes' post the other day when he talked about Chicago? It was just ill. It struck me a certain way. I think it was on Monday, sometime this past weekend. He posted something about Chicago. Unfortunately, a young lady lost her life at the same spot her son
did. Yeah.
He posted that, and it triggered something in me because these rhymes not in Chicago. You're not in Chicago. You're not from Chicago, and it's not consistent with the rest of your posts. You know what I'm saying? There's some pages that are dedicated to Black, for facts and things that happen in the neighborhood. You know, My Life in the Shy is one of those. He posted stuff about police and violence, and I'm with that, even if I posted that. So it bothered me so much that I ended up quoting on it, and everybody behind that in that comments, oh, that's messed up. They need to do better. We need to do better. Man, Chicago this. You know, you're saying we can do better. They need to do better in Chicago, where people in Chicago are doing better.
Right.
Doing okay. T-Bear's okay. We're all okay. Like, there are people here that are making a difference, trying to make a difference. And these unfortunate spots don't need to be glorified. The violence don't have to be glorified so much. You know what I'm saying? It just, so I did say something. He hit me back in the DM. I still ain't read the DM because sometimes I don't, you know, I'm gonna read it though. I'm definitely say something back to him.
You gotta get in the right mental space. I feel you on that.
Yeah. Come on, bro. I get it. I get it.
He also is very big on promoting just kind of being a man of your word and kind of being careful with your words and all that. So I mean, I'm with him. I think I imagine the intention wasn't. Maybe they just been a slip.
Yeah, the intention. The intention. Yeah. So my comment didn't go anything. It just said that we are doing better. We're trying and stuff like that. But he hit me in the DM just to talk, which is good. So I didn't not anything about what his intentions was, but I know it, when you read that stuff, it makes you want to say, God damn.
Well, it's gonna strike a chord with you too, because you there living it. You know
I wouldn't even realize that it would strike a chord with y'all like that.
It's a lot of shit they go through. Y'all don't even know the half of it. Y'all get a lot of stories, but like I be on this it's this one girl got a page on Facebook called Nitro News, and she just sit and listen to the scanner, just post shit that's happening, and it be back to back bullshit. I mean, it ain't nothing to say, from somebody getting shot on the sidewalk, from some kids doing a smash and grab, from it be shit after shit after shit. So it's a lot of shit going on. It ain't everybody, and and then see, a lot of the issues is that it just you get painted with the broad stroke about Chicago, but it really do be sections. If you could see everything that's popping off, stuff be congregated over here. It's like, if you're gonna get shot, it's gonna be over here. If you're gonna get your car jacked, right over here. And you gotta see it all. So
that's messed up.
Yeah, I ain't saying that. I ain't gonna say it's safe out there, but
and I'm not gonna defend the violence. I'm not defending I'm not doing anything, I just wanted to let the brother know that we hear it. We all see it.
There's people on the ground putting in good work.
You living it, and you trying to make a difference. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of the media succeeding, right? If I give you enough of this, it becomes the only thing that's happening there. And it's sad. Like, when I saw that clip, I'm like, dang, the mom basically in the same place as her son, and her son was a year ago, almost to the week, or a week ago. Like, it was something
like 2 weeks ago, something like that.
Okay, something like that.
Yeah. I'm like, more about a memorial. I think it was about a memorial, but the memorial,
and we. The bottom line, like you said, it's different when you live in it. You know what I mean? And that I think that's kind of like to Shaw's point. I definitely don't think his intent was ill, but as a person on the ground, navigating that every day, I can see that he was like, "Word, really? Fam, that's not even what you do." You know what I mean? So this comes across a certain way. I could see all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Shit, I had no idea too, like how much
that
got to feel.
You know, the fact that you reached out or that he reached back out in the DM to not make it public is
right.
Real, you know what I mean? Like
that's real. That's real.
Because
that's real.
I got a bad habit of wanting to prove my point, even if it's 2.5 years later. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I had to, I can't fight every fight. You know what I'm saying? And
I had to work on that.
Sometimes people will post something like the Rittenhouse drink. It's a dude, I don't even know this dude for real. I know him like literally a Facebook friend through another partner of mine from Jersey. And every now and again, he just posts, I'm like, I gotta reply. I have to reply. And I got out of that, but he did something on the Rittenhouse drink. And I'm like, yo, come on, man, stop it. And then one of his friends like put a laugh emoji around a point that I made. And like a year ago, I'd have lit dude up. But I'm like, you know what? It doesn't even matter. I'm gonna let him live. You know what I'm saying? But that's new for me. You know what I mean? It's like I definitely had a habit of trying to make sure you understood what reality was versus what you think reality is. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? But
I used to be heavy on that. Any chance there was to speak my opinion, I was jumping at it. Now I'm like, man, fuck my opinion. For right now, my opinion don't mean shit right now. Let me focus and just do some other shit. That shit is another distraction keeping me from doing what I really want to be doing, man. So you know what? That shit ain't on my front door right now. It's not touching no family right now. Stay the course until, but you know, prepare for that if you got to.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm closer.
Me too.
I'm closer, but I ain't there quite yet.
Now, this is the mindset. That don't mean it's always the action. I'm trying to program myself. So I don't mean to sound like I'm holier than now either. It's just that this is what I'm trying to speak it into existence. Oh shit.
Yeah, my wife would come around the corner sometimes. I'd be here like this. She was like, yo, what you read? Who you replying to? And like I have gotten better at typing it out and then deleting it though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, man. Like I wanted to say something to the dude. Like
Good.
All right, what up, boy?
One dude a couple years ago was like, you know, basically called the Black Panther Party. You know the old rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? Just as bad as the Klan. Da 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 da. And, like I wanted to say that I'm like, man, Rittenhouse goes someplace, does gun to make sure the community is being protected. Sounds a lot like the Black Panther Party. But I let it go. I ain't do it. But I wanted to make that point. But I let it go. But
now your wife come around the corner and see you like that. She got me like that on consuming the media. Like when it comes to YouTube, CNN, all that shit, any news, it's like, yo, you really still want to keep taking that in? I had to learn, oh shit, I had to realize how much that shit was kind of affecting me, you know, without me even realizing it.
I tune into I'll watch CNN for a half hour, then I'll flip to Fox to try to get both extremes and then kind of drill down to what the real is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, it can be overwhelming. It can definitely be overwhelming.
I did the Fox watch for a while too, and I was like, you know what? I already know what the narrative is. That was what was able to finally get me to stop doing that side of the fence. But then I looked at the other side. I was like, hold on, they doing the same shit they doing on Fox. They just speaking against them in the same motherfucking way. Some of the shit they're saying is unfounded and unprovable, or just looks like it's direct propaganda too. Why? You know what? Fuck all this.
I said this before. Once news became a 24-hour cycle, it had to go a different route because you got to fill 24 freaking hours. You know what I'm saying? There's only so much stuff happening. You know what I mean? How many different ways can I flip this?
What's up, Mr. Glover?
What's good? What's going on?
His name is Tony Atlas, yo. His name is not Alex Glover. His name is Tony Atlas.
I'm telling you, man. That's
go, champ.
Oh, Red Bull with the wings and shit.
It's Black Dynamite over there, man. Dynamite.
I'm gonna need that urine sample immediately.
That was back in my bodybuilding days, man.
Damn, you went hard though, huh? You were serious about it for a minute, huh?
Oh yeah, I was real serious. I used to I did that and I used to box. I used to box for like 6 years.
Shit, okay.
Yeah, amateur boxing.
That's dope.
Note to self: don't get in beef with Tobias.
Right. Ain't nothing like that, man.
That's dope.
Ain't nothing like that. I got my last. I got this recorded too, huh?
You want me to pause it?
Tell you about my last fight. Y'all gonna have it on tape though.
That's all good.
That's what, I ain't gonna quit. That's what made me quit boxing. I was like, yeah, this ain't for me. I was doing good, man. I had a 10-6 record, man. I was getting ready to apply for my professional license. I was getting ready to do it, and I got into I had a boxing match on Bourbon Street. You know what that's at, T-Bell? On 115th Bourbon Street. Yeah, they usually be holding like because I got my pass, like my USA amateur passport book, and I remember my last fight, man. I was begging my coach to fight that, like, man, I want to go fight now, and I was overweight. I usually fought welterweight, but I was like a middleweight, and the dude was big. It was this tall, burly white dude, man. Like, man, I whooped this. I got him. You know what I'm saying?
Damn Viking.
Man, I got in that ring, man. That dude, like, he was longer. He was long. And my style was always like inside. You know what I'm saying? That's why on one of my lines I said, "Your arms too long to box with Black." So I was always like inside.
With the inside.
That dude kept me out the whole two rounds. I could not get inside of him, man. Long story short, I was getting frustrated. So in the second round, I tried to just go for a haymaker, try to knock him out, and I missed. When I missed, caught him flush. Boom. Come on. This all I remember. This all I remember. So I threw my right. Like, I went for the gusto. I went hard. I put all my energy into it, and I missed. I went dead to his fist. Boom. So the whole second round, I'm like, I'm just blocking, trying to hurry up and get the round done. Like, man, win this round over. I get to the corner, my coach cussing me out, like, I told you, stick with the plan. What the F is wrong? He cussing me out. I'm like, Coach, I hear what you're saying. This is the summertime. And I hear what you're saying, but I need my coat. It's snowing outside. He threw the towel in. And then I remember I woke up and I asked my brother, I was like, yo, did I win? I was like, yo, did I win? He was like, nah, man. He was like, you just woke up. Man, did you win a ticket home? No. That's when I was like, yup, time to hang it up.
Yo.
I hear what you saying, Coach. I need my coat. It's snowing outside.
That's crazy.
Wow.
It was the summertime. He threw the towel in.
Yo, back in high school, my thing was wrestling, man. I
got real tears in my eyes.
Oh, that's fucking wow.
Man.
That's shit. I hung it up right there. I was like,
God.
yeah, I'm done.
Oh man.
Yo,
Had to go for it, huh?
That's classic, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Oh my God, that's the best story I ever heard in my life, yo.
I appreciate you, man.
Wow,
I got real tears in my eyes, yo.
Man, I used to do wrestling, man. I was nasty at it too. I was especially at the beginning takedowns. One day, we went out to the country to go wrestle this team and shit, and bunch of big burly white boys and shit. Dude, I had to wrestle had one leg. I was like, oh shit, I gotta take it easy on this dude. He got one leg. I forgot him having one leg, man. He was my same weight with one less leg. So all that was up here. First off, I went to go for the takedown, but that leg that I went for wasn't there.
Dang.
So first thing, I got up in his clutches. That dude manhandled the shit out of me for a whole 6 minutes. We tied. We ended up tying. I ain't lose, but I tied with the one-legged dude, man. I had to live with that shit all through high school. Niggas clown me every fucking day about that shit. So I get taking an embarrassing
This
L.
dude said, I hear you, coach.
He's still
but I need
on
my
it.
coat. There's no one else.
He's still on it, man.
Yo, I'm crying, yo. Oh man. Shout out one leg joint is interesting, yo, but
I've never
one leg wrestling.
I've never got knocked out. I've never seen scars. I've never seen it, man. When I experienced it, I was like, yeah, nah, I'm good.
my oldest son like wanted to box at one point.
Yeah.
So we was doing like he thought he wanted to box. So when I lived in Virginia, like the Virginia Beach rec centers had like a boxing class that was really more a fitness class than a true boxing class. But there was some dudes there that wanted to box, so they were coming out of there, doing amateur boxing. So my son was like, yeah, I'm like, dude, you swinging at, like, nobody's swinging back at you. Of course you think you want to box. You don't want to box, bro. Like, I'm telling you, you don't. It's not in you. Like, you gotta be a certain kind of way to go into something ready to get hit. Like, I did martial arts, and that's not even the same as boxing. Bro, we was watching a fight, they had an amateur fight in the rec center. So like the night before, a couple of the cats that was in his class was sparring each other. And I'm looking at him, look at these dudes get hit, and you can see all his energy kind of slowly but surely going away. So the next day we had the match. And I guess overnight he kind of got his confidence back up a little bit. He wasn't boxing. So it was a fight. And one dude, I don't even know how he did it, but he was like close to the corner. He went to throw a punch, and somehow his arm came under the top rope and around the top rope and pulled his arm out the socket. So he was like, ah! And I'm looking at my son. I'm like, did you see that? He's like, yeah, but that was kind of a freak accident. You know what I mean? I've never seen anybody throw a punch. And I'm like, all right. Yo, the next fight, about 15 seconds in, this dude caught a body hook and was like, my son was like, yeah, I'm not boxing, yo. I like, yeah, you don't want to put yourself through that, man. Like, nah, I'm not with it. And that's why I'm telling cats like MMA is even wilder than boxing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My Alina has a cousin that's an MMA fighter. I try to like, yo,
yeah,
I'm shooting him. Like, I'm not even trying to fight that dude, yo.
Yeah.
Like,
I know a young lady that's into it right now. 20,
yeah.
Doing her thing. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
You gotta be a special
Moved
kind of
up,
person.
face cut up, Band-Aid, just
She come
couldn't
from
imagine.
like Fight Club and shit.
If you get good though, man, the payday is there if you can make it. I ain't with it, yo. I'm not with it.
Nope, I ain't never did no shit like that.
My closest was, like I said, I did martial arts. And I got a couple stories from that, but most of those was me acting extra black than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Nope. Most
how the boys doing, man? They doing all right?
Yeah. Shoot, they just started back in class.
Okay.
So, like I said, they off schedule as far as everybody else, but you know, they just started back school this week.
Okay.
So, but they doing good, you know, and we starting to get into them. I'm trying to think of how to put every damn thing. Like the oldest is 15.
Okay.
But we starting to, now you seeing where you can't come up off the reins too much, you know. Now it's like, I guess the way I put it to my wife this morning, we done he already had child training, now he got to get adult training.
Yeah,
you know, so you can't let up off of them just yet.
Yeah,
you know, and like we said, they ain't bad. It's just you could see if you don't correct things now, this shit's just gonna go wild. So
yeah, it's part of that maturation process.
Yeah.
How much your boy?
Yeah.
How old is the youngest?
Yeah, 11.
11 and 15. Okay.
Yeah, so we got 11 and 15. And the 11-year-old is just a knucklehead in general.
Second child syndrome.
Yeah, he's just a knucklehead in general. I mean, and it's not even bad per se. It's just, you know, trying to get attitudes corrected. That's all. You know.
Yeah.
Just trying to get attitudes corrected.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much truth there was to, like, you know, kind of the behaviors of the oldest child versus, you know, the second child, and if there's a third child. You know, like my daughter is definitely very much like me. Even though he was my stepson, my oldest son was definitely the younger of the two. He, you know, and Cayman, you can already see Cayman is in a totally different class than both of them were. So I told my wife the other day, like, we might not even be able to send this dude to school. You know, we might be forced to homeschool the way this cat acted, you know. But yeah, he you know, it's definitely interesting. Like, even when I think about me and my brother and just how different we approach things, not necessarily right or wrong, just, you know, kind of you see things as a second child, you're like, I ain't putting up with that. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean on that one.
Mm-hmm. And the other shit we had to start paying attention to, you had to start remembering what you did when you was a kid and how you felt about shit. And, you know, like me and my wife, we powwow and talk about the shit and then come back and, like I said, not so necessarily start defending bad behavior while it's happening, but we'll come back, powwow, and be like, man, you know, when I was about his age, I felt this, like this, and this, you know, so we understand how to do something about it instead of, you know, just reacting. However, like you said, however the reaction is, you know, whether it's yelling or some sort of discipline or just completely going off the rails thinking something is that it ain't, you know. But yeah, we've been seriously having a thing, and it's more than just how me and her approach shit. Cause like sometimes you see stuff is happening and you be like, where the hell did he get that shit from? Then she'd be having a conversation with her pops, and then he'd be like, oh yeah, I used to do that dumb shit, rah, 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 you know. So we like, okay. So yeah, we got to talk to the whole damn family and try to figure out.
Yeah.
So our goal is basically to break the curse, basically. Like I told you, I know I done said it in a few different places. I never wanted my kids to be like me. I want them to be better than me. And so in order for them to be better than me, we got to approach shit different than how we feel about stuff. I can't look at the same thing the way my parents looked at it, you know, and the same with hers. We got to approach stuff different. So I guess our whole thing is trying to get them to understand why they doing stuff. Right. You know, not so much you wrong, but you know, what made you think to do that? Or what made you think not to say something or whatever, you know, so we can start correcting stuff. So that's what we've been at.
The dope approach, man.
Yeah.
I wish I'd had that in my arsenal of that mind space myself when I was going through mine, man. I didn't realize how much I patterned myself after my mother unintentionally, man.
Yeah.
Well, I think you kind of look at the stuff that you think worked and what you think didn't work, and you try to adjust, right or wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
my oldest two, my parents were, you know, they were physical discipline people. You know what I mean? I wasn't abused by any stretch of the imagination, but you know, if I got out of line far enough, I was getting a whipping. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
You know, I didn't have a sister, so my first child was a girl. I'm like, I don't even know how do you whip a girl? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the protocol here? Like, I know how to handle it, dude. Like, how do you know what I mean? But I realized early on that my daughter, all I had to do was look at her and tell her I was disappointed. That was way worse than any whipping she could ever get. You know what I'm saying? But it also taught me how to talk. And I also realized, kind of like you were saying, Bear, I didn't want to teach them what to think. I wanted to teach them how to think. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta look at this whole situation. What could potentially happen coming out of this? If you could see where this could go south, are you prepared to deal with the consequences of that? If not, you don't need to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? But me telling you what to think is only going to get you so far, but you learning how to look at situations and understand how to navigate through those will get you through the rest of your life. You know what I mean? And you know, I look at both of them now, you know, and they both have non-traditional jobs. They're both doing as well, if not better than I was when I was their age. Neither of them have children, and you know, they were both born when I was their age. So you know what I mean? In a lot of ways, they've kind of done better.
Right on time.
Right on cue, Roy. Here come your boy.
Right.
Okay, you can get that, okay?
Right on time. There he is.
It's a baby one.
Okay.
You called?
Right. Talking about me.
My son, man.
Yeah, man. And it's wild, like, you know, with him, he's here all day, every day with me. You know what I'm saying? So my frustration with him is way different, because for one, he's around a lot of adult discussions, so he's like a 3-year-old with like a 9-year-old vocabulary. You know what I mean? It's like, I look at him sometimes, I'm like, why did you do that? And my wife was like, because he's 3. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot, because he was just telling me about how to fix the doggone computer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, you know, so it's wild, man. But yeah, he'll be very interesting, because he's got a sister that's 24 years older than he is. He's the only grandchild on Elena's side. Okay. I mean, So, you know, and then my parents, like my brother is here with his, like, he's got a cousin. My niece is almost a year younger than Cayman is, but, you know, he's kind of the first go around again because of the age difference between him and my daughter. So he, you know, he's got kind of free reign of the entire cipher, you know what I mean? Trying to navigate that, and I've been really trying to get him to understand reason at a much younger age. Like, you know, his big thing, you take his tablet, he wants to cry, or anything, you know, he'll cry because he sees crying as the way to bring it in to whatever the challenge is. I cry loud enough, people to get sick of it, they'll give me what I want. And I'm trying to get him to understand, I'm not going to give it to you until you stop crying. You know what I mean? And it's a battle, you know. It's a battle, but
been there. Yeah, that's a battle.
But you know, but yeah, he's a good little dude, man. But
he is.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely changed the cycle with my children.
Yeah.
You know, not the abuse, but just the, you know, we came up with the switch, the hit, the smack, the punch, the shut the fuck up. Like, yeah, I mean, he supersedes. I mean, he didn't get that from my side, but once me and his mom kind of finally broke apart, she stayed with that because, like you were saying, that's the only thing she had to grow on.
That's what she knew.
Right.
Yeah,
that's what she knew.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And now that he's, what, 20, 21, he's having a hard time connecting with his mom. He's more like, you know, been there, done that, I'm a man now, but now comes the process where I'm teaching him where the unconditional part of loving a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you can't love your mom despite her mistakes, then you won't be able to meet that woman that's going to give you, you know what I'm saying, the rest of the life dedication. And so we kind of practice with putting it all in the past. You know what I'm saying? You know, she went as far as she kicked him once, kicked him. You know, why would anybody kick anybody? You know what I mean?
That's
Kicked
what
us,
you know, man.
so,
that's what you know.
this is how it came up.
It's the coping mechanisms we learn.
And that's the thing, you know what I mean? Like I know for a fact, I don't think my parents were abusive, but I don't want to be that type of disciplinarian with my children. I deserved every whipping I got. Let's not get it twisted. I earned every last one of them joints. There was no question that they were all deserved. But, you know, like I can remember my dad actually telling me, like I did something one morning, and like, you know, he grabbed the belt, he hold my arm, he going to town. I'm looking at him like, come on, dog. And like he hit me like 3 or 4 times, and he's like, all right, you're not scared of the belt no more. So from now on, we talk. And like, you know, and he was like, you know, I didn't have anybody to really talk to me. So this is kind of what I knew, but it's run its course. So I gotta think of something different. That stuck with me. You know what I mean? And I kind of did the same thing with the oldest, but I stopped way sooner than he did. Now Cayman ain't never seen a belt. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know that he ever will. I'm sure he will, but you know, it's, you know, but trying to get him to understand the consequence for the action, I think is the key. But yeah, you know, you gotta think like us, we're kind of just a generation or two removed from, you know, our grandparents trying to figure it out. Like, you know, I learned a couple of years ago, I may have said this on one of these calls, but my dad's mom was the product of a rape. So my great grandmother was raped by the white dude whose house she cleaned. So now she got to come home to her husband. He know this ain't his child. How's he like all that stuff? You know, so you grow up, now you got to try to unpack that. Now you got a child. How are you gonna love your child? You know what I'm like? So I can't look at them and be like, yo, I can't believe you did X or Y. Like there's a lot of generational trauma. Like we're kind of the first generation, if you will, second generation that may not have had to deal with straight up slavery. You know what I'm saying? So it's wild, man. You know, and I look at like,
and the hardest part is talking. I can make my son cry just by talking to him, speaking to him directly in his face.
Yep.
Putting it all in his court. Well, what are you gonna do now? Yeah, I can do that. And that shows me that he's thinking about what I'm saying versus he's not physically afraid of me. I mean, I've never hit him. Never hit him. That's the main thing. But
that's dope. Yeah, that's dope, man.
You said something like, if your father would have just, the toughest part, if he'd have put that belt down or whatever he's hitting you with and just talk to you. Like, okay, now that's done with. I fought my father when it was that point. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to fight my
father. You could have just talked to me. You know what I'm saying?
Man, hold on,
now
man.
we have a great relationship. We could have just talked about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like what we're changing.
But he didn't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's the thing. You know what I mean? Like I appreciate what my parents did. And the older I get, the more because I realize what they pulled themselves out of. I ain't have none of them challenges, yo. Like, and that I'm not saying that my childhood was the easiest, you know, but I didn't have none of the struggle that they had, you know, none of it. You know what I mean? So it's interesting, like to just see how they navigated and did the best they could. Because man, my oldest, him and his biological father had a real interesting relationship. You know, he swung on me one time. Like, and I like as much as I like when I say I wanted to hurt him, like, yeah, I'm like, I'm dealing with real life frustration, and now you're gonna put this on
you dealing with his right. Let me put on
but I realized what he was dealing with, and in that moment, realized I never had to deal with that. So I couldn't understand. I could empathize, but I had no frame of reference because I didn't have to deal with that. And you know, I hemmed him up. I hemmed him up proper, but I didn't put my hands on him. I didn't hit him. You know, I gave him I told him I wasn't sure he was gonna swing on me again and not get hemmed up for real.
Man, that remind me of I remember I was a kid and me and my cousin was fighting for whatever reason. We was kids for whatever reason. I don't even remember. My pops came in there. Well, first of all, he worked nights, so we woke him up. So he was pissed about that already. He came in there and was like, man, I don't quite remember the words, but I do remember him saying, you feel like you need to punch somebody, then punch me. So I puffed my little chest out, and I didn't rack back, swung on Pops, hit him dead in the chest. And you know, that man just looked down like it wasn't shit. Like I didn't hit Thanos or something. And he just like, all right, you done now? And I was like, shit. So in my mind, I was like, this nigga's a damn gone superhero. Cause I know I didn't put everything I had in it. And he just looked at me like I wasn't nothing. Now, I don't know if later on he walked away and he was holding his chest, but you know, at that moment right there, he scared the shit out of me. I'm like, damn.
I thought I wanted to fight my father one time, yo. Yeah, I was my junior year of senior high school. I'm feeling myself, you know, all that stuff, man. I was supposed to come home like 10 o'clock with the car. I came rolling up the crib like midnight. And half of me is like, he gonna be asleep anyway. Like, you know, I'm, you know, you driving home, gassing yourself up. I hope he up. You know what I'm saying? I hope he say something to me.
Oh wow!
I got his car. You know what I'm saying? In my head, I'm trying to get right.
Right,
bro. And my dad is smaller than me. My dad is tiny, yo. I put the key in the door, bro.
Beautiful.
Open the door. As I was opening the door, some arms came from around the wall and grabbed my shirt. And I started levitating as he was pulling me into the house. And before I got past the door frame, he was doing that yell spit stuff. And he had me up against the wall. And like, everything in me was like, you do not want this problem. Take it. And just pray. Like I was bracing to get hit, but I was praying that I didn't get hit. And like I learned that night what adult strength is about and what real frustration is about.
Yeah.
Because I got all of his real frustration and I piled on with just enough for him, you know, and he
snap.
You know, he yelled. He you know, he never hit me, but you know But I remember that night, like, yo, I don't think I could have got that one, yo. I don't think. I don't think I could have got that one.
I mean, like I said, I fought my father, but I lost the fight. I didn't mean to imply that I won the fight. I lost like a motherfucker, so that ain't.
That adult frustration, strength, and anger.
That man strength. Yeah, like who you think you talking to? You are me. I raised you, boy. Yeah, exactly.
Like, it was that was wild, man. I could still see it because like as I was coming home, like gassing myself up, like yo. I mean, he probably sleep, but if he up. I'm just had to tell him what it is, you know what I mean? Like, you know, in my head. Right.
And you got his car. Wait, look
I
at
got
you.
his car. Yeah, I'm definitely out of pocket. I'm absolutely out of pocket.
Right, you way out of pocket. Who the hell?
But I wasn't like out of pocket. I was just out of pocket. But yeah, he all of them thoughts came to a close that night. Matter of fact, we was joking about it not long ago. I saw like. You know, you're in your 70s now, bro. I don't know if you still got it like you used to have it. He made it clear he still likes his chances.
Like my chances in a standoff. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, we in good company over here, man. It's crazy.
But again, you know, it sounds like we all trying to recognize that stuff and do it a little bit better, man. So that's all you can shoot for, man.
I hear all y'all, man. I'm just all about being a great father, man, because that's all I wanted to be as a dad, man. Because I ain't had no dad, you know what I'm saying? My dad wasn't there, so you know, I just always had the drive and the goal to be the best dad, you know, to be the best father when I had kids. So that's just my mentality right now. I'm not saying I ain't have father figures. Like I had a lot of father figures, but you know, it just hit different when you know you don't have your biological. You know what I'm saying? So just my mind state is just, and for a long time, I used to hate my pops because I talk to him, you know what I'm saying, from time to time. But when I see him, too many emotions come in, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be hard to talk to him as a man, like one-on-one. If I'm talking to him on Facebook, you know what I'm saying, on the phone, it's different. but I'm trying to grow to the point to where I respect what happened in the past. You know what I'm saying? And trying to move on from that, and then try to talk to him as a human and not just always be pissed off and mad at him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to come to an angle to where I understand why he did what he did. You know what I'm saying? Why he chose that path. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm always at that point to where I'm gonna be better than him. I'm gonna always be there for my kids no matter what happened. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my mentality right now. And I hear what y'all saying. What y'all saying is some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I love hearing y'all talk, man, because I soak in knowledge, you know, advice, and you know what I'm saying, just hold it in, you know.
But you hit on something real right there. I can relate to that heavily because, bro, me and my father talked, I think, 3-4 times in my whole adulthood, bro. So I get it. Yeah, I had to realize, I'm realizing now, I'm still coming to realize that it's really the only place I can fix anything is inside of me. And then when I got that right, then I can deal with them right. But like you said, it's hard to interface without that anger getting in the way sometimes. So I had to realize that my anger is the thing I got to work on the most. And I didn't realize anger is the first thing I go to, which is, I think, part of what made me an introvert too, is because I know if I let myself give into that shit, it's not going to be good. And I'm not going to live the life I want to live. So, and I definitely don't want to do nothing to nobody else like that. So I get it, man. And I had to do the same. I had to take a pause from my mother too, just to get my head together, because she was doing some foul shit, and I had to figure out how to not say some out of line shit to her. Because I was always on the line of saying some shit that I knew just is unexcusable. So yeah, bro, I get that shit, bro. I get that shit a lot, man. I made a lot of mistakes with my kids as a result, but being able to kind of, like I said, this time I took the pushback is giving me the time to look at all that shit from their sides to my angles, trying to pull out the emotion and shit, understand why I always went to anger first. So taking that time with myself is making a big difference, and I think it's preparing me for some conversations with all these folks to I think can go a lot better than they would have gone if I had done them in my previous state, man. Especially when I was drinking like I was. So yeah, it's this whole thing I've had to go back and root through all the shit that made me decide and go the routes that I went, become who I became. And yeah, man, I can't blame it on Pops and Ma. But a lot of it I used to blame on them and shit, and not just realize that, it's still a matter of choices, man. And you got control of it from here. Stop fucking with that shit back there, man. That shit back there is using that and letting that keep fuck with you is preventing you from going here.
Yeah, and I totally agree, because my bad, I didn't mean to cut anybody off, but
no, you good.
Good.
No, I totally agree. Like, and I totally feel where you're coming from, because society makes you feel like if your dad ain't around, you automatically, your dad is a deadbeat automatically. That's what society wants you to think, no matter what family. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say your dad wasn't around. You know what I'm saying? So you just automatically look at your father as like a deadbeat. So all my life, I've always like hated my father, but I wanted to see him. You know what I'm saying? And I looked at him like a deadbeat, because that's how society portrays Black men. You know what I'm saying? Like if they not with the family all their life, they, you know what I'm saying, they just considered a deadbeat. You know what I'm saying? Which is not the case. So that's why I've always, like you said, like I've struggled with my emotions. You know what I'm saying? And how to approach the situation and really understand what really went down. You know what I'm saying? It's still tough to talk to him because he wasn't there all my life. You know what I'm saying? He would come sporadically. You know what I'm saying? And then I would barely talk to him on the phone if it wasn't a text. You know what I'm saying? But now as I'm getting older and I'm a dad now, you know what I'm saying? My mind state is kind of different. Like I can't hate him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he brought me here. He's still my biological. I can't hate him. I gotta understand his point and where he came from with it, whether it's right or wrong. I gotta understand it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta know. I gotta forgive him. You know what I'm saying? And move on as humans. As you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I bottling, like you said, bottling that hatred ain't good, man. You know what I'm saying? That and I had that hatred bottled damn near all my life. You know what I'm saying? And every time, like if I talk to anybody about this type of subject, I would either get angry, I would get sad as hell, start crying. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't never get my thoughts out. You know what I'm saying? But now I could talk. You know what I'm saying? Because me and him had that conversation. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't the conversation I wanted. But I got my feelings out to him, and he understands where I'm at. I just never understood what happened with him. I never let him get that out. So, like you said, man, I'm waiting on that day to, you know, have that long convo with him to see see where his head was at. You know what I'm saying? What happened? So,
as a person that that stood in, like my oldest. My oldest.
Turn your mic up a little bit.
Am I low again? Is that better?
Yeah,
that's better.
Right, good there.
My you know, my oldest son, you know, he knew his biological father, but he lived with me from the time he was almost 5 until he's like 20, almost 21. 19, 20, you know, definitely after he graduated, you know, and I was trying to navigate not making his father out to be something that he wasn't. You know what I mean? It wasn't my job to say, well, X or Y. You know, I spent a lot of time trying to help him understand. Like I can't tell you why your dad approaches any situation the way he does, but I can tell you for a fact that he loves you. You know what I mean? And, you know, I don't know, like I don't talk to him like that anymore. Since, you know, me and his mom kind of went our separate ways. But I really hope they were able to kind of get to a point where he found some peace in that situation. You know what I'm saying? You know, I still, you know, we still holidays, birthdays, and stuff like that. He'll still reach out. We'll go grab something to eat every now and again. You know, and I want the best for him. But, you know, the opposite of what y'all are saying, especially, you know, maybe you, Alex, where like I watched him go through that, you know, but why doesn't my dad, you know, like it was some periods of time where it was like long periods of time where they wouldn't talk at all. So when he, you know, when he swung on me, I knew what it was. Even though I couldn't believe it, I understood it. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that I was able to handle that situation the way I did. Cause I was hot, but I would have been a much worse person had I reacted physically like I wanted to. You know, yeah, man. And again, we all still learning. You know what I'm saying? We're all still learning, you know. Yeah, Alex, you know, for you, what you
said, until he has that talk,
if he has the opportunity to have it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he will or won't. You know what I mean? Hopefully they do. Hopefully they've had it already and they're on the road to reconciliation. But
right.
Yeah.
My pops was around, but he wasn't around. The fight we got into was at my grandma's house. Because I'm already, and grandma had 3 other foster kids. I'm in school. I'm the man of the house. You know what I'm saying? So him coming in and out, he kind of knew me. Always wonder why I really didn't know him. He kind of came around grandma's house sometimes, or living over, you know, over east and stuff. So I was seeing him sporadically. It turns out he had another child. He got married, had my little sister. The perfect dad for my little sister. There the whole time. They move out. They don't live in Chicago no more, right? They all in Bloomington, Illinois. So when my sister graduated high school, you know, I went down to graduation. She graduated college graduation about maybe 8 years ago. So we just sitting there talking, me and my grandfather, and him get to talking. We lit up a joint and start talking and stuff like that. Turns out he didn't think I was his kid the whole time. I'm 46? This was 8 years ago. And then once he said that shit, I was like, oh, damn, man, I thought you were Tracy's son, because my mother remarried. But when I talked to my mom, I told my mom about it. She like, that's bullshit. Okay. It is bullshit. She proved it's bullshit. But in order for him to break the ice, but some men be thinking that shit. There's drugs involved. He was supposed to make it to the NBA. He didn't make it. That hurt. He ended up staying in the hood. I went to rehab with my father and my mother. I got them both off of drugs. Well, went through that struggle with him and shit. Even when he moved up north, unfortunately, I was in the streets. People I'm rolling with, my little squad I'm rolling with, they serving my pops. Once I bump into this nigga, I see him. I got a song called The Munchies, and I said something about that shit. But once that had to be 90 when I was on the block, he was on the block, right? So now, this 8 years ago, he tells me he didn't think I was his kid. I was like, wow. It made sense, but it didn't make sense. I'm not your kid because you wasn't ready. I'm not your kid because you were scared. I'm not your kid because you was on drugs. I wasn't your kid because you failed at what you thought was your only life. There's many, like, we made mistakes. We didn't go to college or whatever, but we still keeping on. We got GRYSKLL going right now. You know what I'm saying? We still striving. We still get regular jobs. I don't think he didn't have a plan B. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he really had a plan B. And that's what made him be the person that he was, but turned out to be a much better father for my sister. It worked that way. Now, I don't even have a whole relationship with my father's side of the family. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm friends with them on Facebook and family reunions and all that stuff. But other than that, that's just what it is. And until we had that conversation, like we talk now and stuff like that, but until we had that conversation, it was kind of, you know, a resentment. Like, nah, I remember he needed somewhere to live. I ain't let him live. My mother told me, I told him to get the fuck out. I don't remember none of this, but I told him, no, he can't stay here. I told him. I'm like, wow, I do not remember it. Do not remember it. She's like, yeah, you kicked him out. I'm like, damn. But this is what some of these kids probably dealing with now. Like, my mother was on drugs, had to get her right. My pops, he went to rehab, like the structural shit, had to get him right. They so much of my parents that they kind of like, you know, that's that Nas song when they say they're in their second childhood. Yeah. Like, I think it came a little bit early for them 70s and them 80s. When they got hit with that crack, man, it really, really fucked up our community. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how old your father is, but it's still some dwellings around. It's like you got to I talked to my uncles. My uncles told me who my father was. Or my cousin, Uncle Frank, might told me who my father was. And that kind of answered the questions for me. But shit, I had no idea what it could be. But as long as you have that talk, and now that he has grandchildren, that's going to unlock, they're going to unlock some, he's going to feel like he owed you something now. Because now he really, okay, you played around and you missed out on raising you, but how much you're going to see his commitment as a man. And if he really just going to drop his sword and drop his arm and give you that big hug that you need, or is he just going to be like, you know what, yeah, I went around. You're going to know who you're dealing with at that point. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's a crazy journey, man. That's probably what these kids out here dealing with right now. You know?
Yeah.
A lot of them, yeah. And they can't talk like this.
Nah.
I don't mean if you want
We
women.
couldn't for the longest time. Shit, I ain't had nobody to talk to about none of that
Right.
shit before. If I did have somebody to talk to before, there's a lot of mistakes that wouldn't have been made.
Yeah.
A lot of mistakes that's been made.
Well, you know, we also taught that we don't talk. You know what I'm saying? That's also another stigma in our communities. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you eat that, son. You mean, come on, man? You don't talk to nobody about that personal stuff.
Yeah.
But shoot, but another thing,
like T-Bear said, like you ain't, you know, the few times he did come on, he worked the CTA. You know what I'm saying? That's a tough job. He was fixing trucks and buses and stuff. You don't bother your father and shit. You know what I'm saying? Being asleep, whatever. Like you don't even talk to him and shit. Like, so yeah, I don't know.
But I don't know.
We got a much better.
Well, one of the things I wanted to leave y'all with, because I'm getting ready to get up out of here, when you have the conversations, because I know, Alex, I know you younger than all of us.
Yeah.
And my 30s was a fucking trip. You know, from the same thing all y'all was dealing with, being angry about I don't even fucking know what. But I had a whole lot of anger to the fact I broke shit that I'm still kind of pissed that I broke. Yeah. And you know,
same.
And I think one of the things on the outside, my relationship with my parents wasn't bad on the outside, but it was like a lot of stuff that was just missing. You know, like they was there, but they wasn't there. And then I had to have a conversation with them, and then what it came down to, just like what we saying right here, right now, they didn't know.
Yeah.
They had absolutely no clue what the fuck they was doing. But my whole thing was, I really wish they let us know that. You know, not so much so we can run over them, but you know, just let us, some sort of way you can let your children know that we gonna work this out together, instead of just throwing out random bits of information, calling it facts, and they don't even know. They sitting here like this, hoping that the shit work, whatever bullshit they done ran across you. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, one of the things after I had, because I had to have my conversations, it seemed like everybody in here had to have their conversations. So I am glad I ain't the only one. So after I had my conversations, one of the things I had to realize, and this was kind of what DeMond was saying, once you figure out who your people are, your moms, your pops, your whoever, once you figure out who they are, get out your mind that you want them to change to make the shit back there better, or even to make it better going forward. You gotta realize that we say it all the time, but you gotta realize it is what it is. So whatever they are, that's who they are. But that don't mean you don't love them. That just means that you channel your expectations in the boundaries of who they are. Then you won't ever be dissatisfied. You won't be pissed off at them. If you know, I mean, let's just keep it simple. It's a dumbass example, but whatever. If you know they don't eat pickles, don't make the sandwich with pickles on it. Then you know.
Wow, that's heavy though, man.
Yeah, yeah, but we had to realize that. My wife's helped me figure it out because she talked to her people way before me, so she helped me get it in line. But the way we had to look at it all, your people are who they are. We can't make nobody change into what we want them to be, so we just gotta accept they are who they are and work with them with what they capable of, and then everything will be fine. So like I said, my relationship with my peoples is better now. You know, now that I can approach things like that, I just know, you know, I know mom's gonna be over dramatic about this, or you know, I know pop's gonna be stone faced and cold with whatever he say, but it just is what it is, you know. Instead of being hurt or affected by it or taking shit personal, you know, you just gotta look at it and it just is what it is. And then, you know, tons of shit just roll off my back now. I don't even hang on to nothing no more.
Yeah.
So
now I like
that's
call
dope,
him
man.
on right now and shit. What up, boy? You know what I'm saying? Now, it's like it's like a good extra, you know what I'm saying? A good extra coat on or something like that now. You know,
get off the shoulders, all that, I bet, huh?
Yeah.
I think the important thing that Bear said too early on in there too is being able to, once you understand that they ain't gonna change, is understanding how to set your boundaries so that that shit doesn't affect your world and doesn't shake you.
Right.
That's the part I'm at, is like, okay, what's the boundary? How do I set it? And how do I do it without creating more damage or causing, you know, inflicting pain? Because I don't want to inflict pain. Because before I was the one that was just like, okay, that's just how they are, and I just accept it. But I didn't have those boundaries. So I had to realize motherfuckers will walk over your ass if you don't set up some boundaries. They won't intentionally do it. They don't mean to harm you or hurt you. It's just how shit works. So I had to learn how to stop taking that personal first. And now I got to figure out, all right, how do I set this boundary without going overboard and be like, all right, motherfucker, look, you did this bullshit back then. So fuck you. We going to do this way. Now I got to figure out how not to say that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But anyway, I'm about to get out though, fellas. I'm gonna holler at y'all.
Peace. Good shit, man. Thank you, man.
All right, man.
Yes, sir. T-Bad, peace.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah, but Alex, you know, just kind of from the outside looking in, man, you know, the way you conduct yourself, you know what I mean, the way you handle your family is dope, man. You know what I mean? And regardless of what may have gotten you to that point, you're doing it, and you're doing it big. You know what I'm saying? Like I hopefully this don't come across as preachy. You know, I kind of see you like a little brother in some ways. You know what I mean? It's like, it's dope to kind of, you know, like the whole house drink, man. Like, again, not trying to sound preachy, but I'm like, yo, it's dope that my man and his wife are doing this. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we want from our friends. That's what we want from our community. So to see you executing on that stuff, man, is dope, man. So definitely pat yourself on the back. You know what I'm saying? All of us, but you know, especially you being, again, a little younger than the rest of us, man. Claim your victories, yo, because you've already broken a chain that we struggle to break, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you've already eclipsed probably what people would have ever, they don't expect nothing from us anyway, bro. So you've already eclipsed and broken so many stereotypes, yo. It's not funny. So pat yourself on the back, man. Make sure you give yourself your flowers, yo.
Real shit, man. Yeah, I barely know you, and I'm proud of shit, man. I mean, I'm just getting to know you and shit. I saw you buying the house. I was like, damn, my man's doing this shit, man. So I love it, man. I'm really impressed and proud, man. And seeing the way you are with your kids and all that too, man. Even if you, whatever mistakes you make, man, fuck that, man. It's all about the things that you are doing well, man, and recognizing the mistakes, assessing them, and dealing with them whenever. But that has nothing to do with this great, amazing shit that you are up to, man. With the kids, with the community, man. You really a commendable dude, bro.
Yeah,
thank you, man.
You made it past those statistics that you talked about. All those statistics didn't mean shit, as you see. Like you were saying with the statistics of a black man, and it don't mean nothing without that drive and that mental that you already. You at the point where you can exhale and restructure a plan because you made it past from A to B to C. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I like it. I love it. Make me want to have a kid. It reminds me of when I got the house with that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Back now, you know, because of unfortunate things, you know what I'm saying? She has the house and she's still okay, but still, it's still that nucleus that you have. You know what I'm saying? So you're all right. You're all right. You're in good grace.
For sure.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And you know, and just for y'all, man, like every time, you know, when I do get a chance to get on here and talk to y'all, you know, y'all mindset is where I want to be at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I take in a lot of stuff y'all be saying, man. You know what I'm saying? I be. If y'all don't think I be listening, I be listening. You know what I'm saying? So I know I be back and forth on Zoom. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do this and that, but I definitely take in like all y'all, like the stories, y'all advice, everything y'all talk about, because y'all on a different we on the same mindset, but y'all on like a different level than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got more wisdom than me. You know what I'm saying?
We just been around longer, B. That's what it boils down to, man. Yeah, you just been around longer.
Yeah, but I just, I think I have a good judge of character. You know what I'm saying? And even like Dragon's Pitchfork said, you know what I'm saying? Shot said, like, I barely know, I don't really know Demond. I don't know Shot too much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But your character, just the way y'all speak, the way y'all talk, you know what I'm saying, where y'all mind at, I wouldn't be nervous, being around y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like I know y'all now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, for sure.
Yeah. Like when I met up with Demond, we did the video shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like when I talked to him, it was like we almost knew each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then same thing with Rashid. Me and Rashid met on GroupMe, you know what I'm saying, in the Hip Hop Digest text chain, you know what I'm saying, and
right.
And I ain't gonna front Rashid when the first time you came to Chicago and you came to my crib, a lot of my family, not a lot of my family, but my uncle, he was like, yo, you don't even know this dude. And I'm like, and when he said that, I'm like, damn, I do just know dude on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really know him like that, but but I'm like, I'm talking to my uncle. I'm like, yo, if he was on that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do not get that vibe from him, because he a family man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got a wife, he got kids. He always talking about his kid, his son. You know what I'm saying? A person, a stick-up person that's trying to be on that, you know what I'm saying, wouldn't, I don't know, but 9 times out of 10 wouldn't do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, wouldn't be on that.
And it's a risk, you know what I'm saying? Like, you hope that you making the right decisions, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's wild in that regard, because I'm the same way, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have nobody at my house, man. Like, it's easier to not have you here than to have you here, and now I got to do something to you because you violated my space.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That, just call it a buck. But
now I gotta cut you.
Right. Now I got to kill you. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's the same thing coming to Chicago, you know what I mean? And then, like you said, with meeting up with Demond, like, I felt like I knew enough about Demond through our discussions. Like, yo, I think the ball is all right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'll either be right or I'll be wrong. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But there's definitely some cats I'm like, yeah, nah, bro, I'm busy that weekend. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not even putting myself in that situation.
Right.
I've seen enough. I know enough. I see how you move. Or more importantly, I see how you try to act like you don't move. To know, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah, we straight, fam.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
Like, this dude at my barbershop,
that's
told somebody that came to the barbershop, like, yeah, this dude recorded my stuff. You should get in his lab. I'm like, my joint in my house. You better be glad you came to my house. But now you inviting somebody else to my house. Now you're not coming back.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep.
Now you're not coming back.
I know that one.
Telling this dude about, you know what I mean? Nah, B, I'm not no spot. My family there, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. But it's wild that you said that, though, because, yeah, man, and that's what family's supposed to do. They supposed to make sure you thought through everything. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, nah. And like I said, I'm usually a good, my wife even told me that before, like, I usually have a good judge of character, who I hang out with, who I let in, you know what I'm saying? And when me and Rashid was getting cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think the main thing that stuck out for me with Rashid that made me feel safe around him was his family. Like he all about his family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just about, you know.
Forget them.
You said what?
Forget them, Laura.
And just like talking to y'all, like Shy and Damon, I get the same vibe too. You know what I'm saying? And even, you know, you all just letting us in with y'all personal stuff. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
That's how I could judge you. I mean, not judge you, but I feel cool around y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like if Shy came out to the shot, or if I came out there, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I feel safe that Shy, you know what I'm saying, would put me in an environment, you know what I'm saying, where I'm comfortable and cool. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So
I'll put you in a
it's all love up in here, man. Right.
Yeah.
It's all love up in here, man.
It is.
And that was the idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. So we haven't had a real formal agenda yet. Not one. You know what I'm saying? The conversation tonight, that's an episode, yo.
It is. No bullshit. I've been thinking it already. I was like, yo, this is this week's episode, man.
You know what I mean? And the reality, it was honest. You know what I mean? It was honest. And I think that's the thing. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's here being super guarded. You know, it's like, you know, you share what you want to share, but you share it honestly. I'm not trying to make it sound like I did something more than I did. You know what I mean? Yeah, I wanted to choke that little rascal. He swung on me. I wanted to kill him. You know what I mean? Like, but I couldn't. And I'm glad I recognized that. You know what I'm saying? It could have went a totally different way. I remember I called his mom, like, yo, this little nigga just swung on me. You know what I mean? Like, and you know, and like I can still see. I went to the barber shop. Yeah, it's all right. You know what I mean? And like, I was trying to get it off of me so I didn't put it back on him. You know what I mean? And it was wild because the places I felt most safe was around people that I knew wasn't going to judge me because they didn't know me well enough to judge me. The barber shop. You know what I'm saying? So
I always kept myself guarded, man. So I get it, man. I didn't let anybody in, but I let too many people around to not be letting somebody in.
My wife would tell you, I'm still
all the time.
I'm still real guard, you know, and I'm better at it. But you know, she's like, yo, you don't have no friends. I'm like, nah, I got friends. I don't have a lot of people that I call friends. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not my friend. Just because I know you, you know, we cool, but you know, I got a core group of friends. You know what I mean? And there's people that I trust. Everybody else, if we hoop, cool. I see you at the gym. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that, you know, we that's our space to interact. And as long as we keep it like
she said, a lot of those people got in before I put up boundaries.
Yeah.
Now they trapped on the inside with me, so it's kind of hard to still figure those cats out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Still got to do a lot more weeding through.
Hey, I think just be careful how you do it, man.
I think you're fortunate if you have, you know, if you have, like, Tobias is in like my groomsmen. I started a group me chat with my groomsmen. Alex, I don't even remember why I put you in. I think we was talking about jam or something, but you know, those dudes, like, I trust them with my life. You know what I'm saying? But I've also known them since the 80s. You know what I mean? And you know, we've had the fallout, we've had the fight, you know, but at the end of the day, they've been there for every major milestone, good or bad, that I've had. And they would all say the same about me. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's people I've known all my life that I wouldn't trust as much as I trust y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
And that's kind of, again, like you're saying, that judge a character. Like, you know, I got cats like, yo,
that's a lot.
My Chris Clev said to me, well, he's like, you know, somebody got me for something, but honestly, it was a favor, because as long as I know that they can't get it back to me, I don't got to worry about them bothering me no more.
No problem. No
You know what I'm saying? And so kind of like you were saying, Damon, about that song, about the I started playing flag football, the fantasy football joint. You know, you kind of see those people.
You see them,
and then they in an attempt to get over, sometimes they work themselves right out of your life.
Yeah,
or work themselves right out of your life. You know what I'm saying? And they, you know, they ultimately do you a favor. You know, and I've found that anytime somebody's tried to really do me dirty, something that may not seem related, but shortly thereafter, I'll always come up with a blessing that you probably remember Alex, when we was looking at the dude to do the video, and like, you know, dude got me for like $100, $150. I was like, yo, whatever. It ain't enough to make no big fuss about. You got me. Yeah. I went to Lowe's trying to buy some shelving for my garage. I got $700 worth of shelving for $150. You know what I'm saying? I think I called
starting
you
to
like,
see
yo,
shit like that.
I think I called you like, yo, so yeah, the boy got me, but you know, at the end of the day, he saved me $400. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you know,
and
that don't mean I like it, but I don't know this dude. I can't chase him down. Put my energy into it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? So, and that's how I started to look at stuff, man. You know, I'm gonna do right by you. You try to play me, you only get one time, but then you don't gotta worry about it again. So,
Yeah, that's the same way I look at things too, man. Like I putting energy towards negativity, man. That's a lot of energy, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got time to be trying to get over on people, man, and trying to swindle and scam people. Nah, man, that take too much time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not just be cool with this person and connect and build together? You know what I'm saying? Like that's just my mind state right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Building and connecting, man. Yeah, you can't do this shit alone, man.
Yeah, you can. But I had to learn you can't do it with everybody too.
You can't.
This seemed like family for some reason. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of like happened. I was at work today, and big tall white boy, red hair, long UFC fighting and shit. Like, yeah, man. He said he wanted to. It'll be dope to see GRYSKLL in concert. I said, what? I said, Shane, you follow me on Instagram? Yeah, man, that'd be crazy. He thought we all lived in Chicago. I was like, what? I was like, yeah, that would be dope. And then I told him, you know, he's like, what? That's how y'all came together? He's like, man, it seemed like y'all a group, like y'all been doing this. And I'm like, nah, I just kind of like this year. But that's like the impact. So like you saying that brotherhood we feeling is kind of giving out. That GRYSKLL is like nostalgic to some people. You know what I'm saying?
And the number of people that know GRYSKLL, like I think I sent y'all a message, like Cook hit us like, yo, I'm making a beat for GRYSKLL. What you think? I was like, yeah, nah, we don't want that shit. Nah, we don't want that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's wild, you know what I mean? But again, I think it's that energy that we putting out. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's the other. My bad. I think it's the other thing. Like, yeah, the energy, and like the mindset, that nostalgia, man. Because it's like, dude, I ain't gonna front, man. It's like the symbolism. Like just name it. Just us being GRYSKLL, people relate to it. Like, oh, they used to watch Masters. They used to watch He-Man. You know what I'm saying? They into the '80s cartoons. You know what I'm saying? So that automatically brings us in, you know what I'm saying? And people already kind of feel good about it, you know what I'm saying? So I was so pissed, man, that show when you came out here. Yeah.
Dude, man, I was so mad, dude.
Yeah, you tried to get us beat up. Yo, Alex said, oh, word? That's what you're gonna do? I'm gonna talk about every other act in here then.
Hey, I showed this.
Word. I like.
Word. I was like, yeah. What I said?
Yeah, we got our families here. The kids is here. You sure you want to do this?
I was like, man, fuck all this mumble rapping shit.
Oh shit.
All of y'all.
You did what he said.
Dude, I was mad, man.
You heard
like,
my man.
She came out here, you know what I'm saying? He came out here to perform. And
I want to leave able to perform. Yeah.
Wait, so what happened? What?
Bro, I was guaranteed 45 minutes on stage. I was guaranteed that I could bring my own DJ. You know what I'm saying? I get there. The lady switched the whole program up, man. She gave me what was it, 20 minutes, 30 minutes or something like that?
With a half hour, yeah.
Yeah. Then she told me I couldn't put a DJ up there. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to use the USB drive.
We was gonna try to give him a show. You know what I'm saying? Like we was gonna try to put on a show. So I was gonna spin at first, and then go into I think I did one solo song, and then we did a couple of joints that we had together. Then he closed the show out. When we got to there, it was like, "What's that?" Oh yeah, now we don't have no place to plug that in, like the DJ equipment. So I was like, "All right, cool." Like you know me, I'm like, "All right, cool." Like I'm just trying to get on stage. You know what I'm saying? Thor over here, you specifically told me. I'm putting cases on all you motherfuckers.
No, I was mad, man. Dude, I was so mad, man.
This mug got on stage, was like, yo, I don't want to hear no mumble, nothing, da 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 da. Yo, whack. You and your mom suck. You don't like it, meet me out back. I used to box. I'm here for it. I was like, woo. I'm not gonna skip this joint.
I ain't say all that.
Yeah, he ain't say I used to box. That was the only thing he ain't say. All the rest of that actual fact. So and then the song we had together at the time was called Mumble. Yeah. So bro had his little towel, like went to the front of the stage, like, yo, we here to kill all that mumble shit. I was like, I got on my mid school. I just want to say I'm here for the Mumble crowd. I respect everything that Mumble has to offer to the game.
Yeah, that shit was funny, man.
Yo,
I came up in there like I had that Wu-Tang mentality when they got took off that show and they put the mask on. Like, nah, we doing that joint.
It was mad disorganized though, and it's funny because like. I've been blessed with the ability to kind of see when who I'm around is kind of
getting there.
What's the word I'm looking for? Excited, and then trying to be the voice of reason. You know what I'm saying? And like he was like off the phone, off of MP, like I don't even got no portable hard drive. Now what? Like, but it was different than what was supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? It worked out. We kind of killed it or whatever. But
this our image, man. Like I can't.
Yeah. Yep.
What happened?
I knew it. It sounds just like Afton. Been there, done that. Yes, that's exactly what it sounds like.
Yep.
And I'm like, I came out here. I'm doing whatever. Like.
That's right.
If they tell me we got 6 minutes, we just gonna have to maximize that 6 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think another part, because you even say, he's like, man, I had you come out here for this. And then I'm like, yeah, I don't care, fam. Like, we got to get on. That was worth it to me. But yeah, that mug was like, yo.
They be doing what they want to do at that point. The person.
Man. And the thing that made it real wild, all jokes aside, like the dude that I guess. Because I think it was based on your ticket sales or whatever. So the dude that supposedly sold the most tickets, I don't know what he was doing, yo. It wasn't, I don't even know if I would call it music. It definitely wasn't hip hop. But like, apparently the night before, him and his girl broke up. Because that dude was on some old, like, you remember, he was like,
he was terrible.
Talk about the chick broke his heart and all this other stuff, like he basically had a counseling session on stage, yo.
Wow, that's banana.
I don't like messing with my image, man. I don't. You got one shot, man. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know who out there. So I want to go for the gusto, man. I want the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like don't screw me over. Spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? It's like when we do GRYSKLL, man. I don't want to be represented with no USB. You know what I'm saying? No iPhone or Samsung. No.
Yeah, but
we need a DJ.
The one takeaway from that joint though is we should definitely have USBs with performance tracks on them though, because we got caught with our pants down in that regard. So as bad as it was definitely a learning opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because we could easily end up someplace else. They're like, yo, all we got is this USB joint, and you know, if we're at least prepared with performance tracks, it's not as bad as us doing what we hate as far as rhyming over your actual tracks. So
that's real.
But for some reason, Afton seemed to have a streamline to all the places. G Herbo just performed at a place. They've been trying to get me out there. I forget what it's called, but I noticed last week G Herbo was there. Mm-hmm. Afton, they have an inside scoop on all these little spots, in certain little areas around the city, even in the burbs. So they got a linkage. They're fucking it up some way, somehow. You know what I'm saying?
It was her. It was just that one, whatever she was to Afton.
But that's the disconnect that they have from the agreement on the internet to the actual place. When you get there, they can control it. But you don't know if they got somebody gave them $50 to get on stage. They control it. Oh, well, one time they made me they wanted me to be the headliner. And so I had I was guaranteed 35 minutes, about 40 minutes. And I got there, I'm like, my people there, everybody was there. And then they was like, oh, we want you to do 10 minutes, 10 minutes, and then 15. I'm like, wait, what? Like, but you're gonna be the headliner. I'm like, wait a minute, but that's not what I wanted. But okay, I did that show. And then the next show, it was downtown somewhere. And like you said, the lady at the door, I think we sold like 50 some tickets. You know what I'm saying? Granted, maybe 30 people came out. And she was, well, where the rest of them at? Like, what's the difference? That's not your concern.
Right.
Well, you going on first. Had to go first. Like, what kind of, I'm like, they leave it up to the person, and I wrote them a nasty letter too. Like, man, y'all, there's the disconnect from the internet to the actual place, that the place ends up having the control more so than what the rules are.
That's real similar to what happened to you, yo. It's real similar.
They mean well, and I think maybe they're a bunch of executives that's not willing to do the groundwork. They don't want to. It's like they figure something out, like Amazon. You know what I'm saying? They figure something out.
They don't understand how art really works.
Right.
Especially when it comes to the creative connecting with an audience. It takes time to establish that connection and build that connection and really make it an experience rather than just looking at a bunch of people move around on stage and say some shit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
it is.
That's exactly it. Yep. So I still get emails.
Shit, man. Yeah, I got this shit, man. I see something dope coming with this show. So what month would y'all shoot for if this is the move? What month sounds good to y'all? I imagine we got to start back to him with some words and some talk.
I would say realistically February. January I think is too close. Okay. I would say realistically February. That'll give us kind of a chance to figure out what we're going to do, and then also make kind of travel arrangements, because I think if Kareem is Kareem's going to make it, do we end up driving or flying? My preference would be to fly, but if there's going to be a couple of us, then it might make more sense to drive financially. So we got to kind of put all that together. But I would say sometime in February, and I gotta look because I know I got some gigs lined up in February already. But you know, we could. But if we talking about a Tuesday or Thursday, it don't even matter. I'll be back in time for those. So
yeah. February sound that sound more realistic to me too. And that we could build anticipation. You know what I'm saying? We could also find time where we could practice. You know what I'm saying? We could rehearse together. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about that image, man. Dude, man,
we should get Bree to come too and do Sincerely Yours, and maybe let her get a song or two off. You know what I'm saying?
Some of her things.
Yes.
Yeah. That's perfect. That's perfect, bro.
Genius, man. We should have them GRYSKLL hoodies, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I got mine. I ain't even opened it yet. I'm not even gonna touch it. It's still in the package.
Hey, let me know how you feel like the logo sits on the chest and everything too, because the one I got, the first one I got, the logo was a little too low, so I had to move it up some. So tell me if it sits right for you or not. All right.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, any feedback on any of the merch, man? We'll make changes as necessary. I wanted to represent everybody in the right way, and I was telling Damon, and I think Rashid, same thing. If we get to the point where this merch is making money, making a profit, man, I want everybody to know y'all all got access to go into the Squarespace and see what's being sold at what time, so you can all see what's happening with the money. And when it gets to the point of it making a profit, man, I think we all built this brand together, so we need to split that bread up the middle too. Okay. So if there's ways we can get to the point of it making that sort of profit, I want everybody to know it's open book, just like she said when it comes to everything he sets up. Open book with all this stuff, man. If y'all want to see accounts, see anything, man.
And as long as it's to me, if it's funneling to where we excel, I'm with it, man. I ain't even got to look. As far as the music, though, I know me and she, we finished our verses for Queued Up finally.
Yeah, man. I know it. I gotta wait for it to hit, man. I gotta wait for inspiration to hit, man. I wasn't trying to press nobody. It was days I wanted to ask. I was like,
I still ain't recorded my verse yet, though. I get that done by Friday, though.
And when it happens, it's supposed to happen, man. So
what y'all want to work on next, though?
That's a good question, man. I think we just gotta sit and have a session. I think we need to do a session like we've been planning on to start picking our next stuff, man. We just listen together here on a Zoom and pick shit live with the vibe and test some stuff out. Maybe even record something.
Hey, that hoodie fire though, man.
That shit feel right.
That shit
looks good. Yeah, it looks good. That shit looks good. Yeah.
Boy, rocking. The pockets too.
Either next week or the week after, we got to go with whoever shows up and start some of those discussions. But I think we keep trying to wait for everybody to get on. And, I don't know if that's realistic or not at this point. So I think, either next week or the week after, we go with whoever's on and we kind of start to handle some of that business stuff, because January gonna be here before we know it, yo.
Honestly, I think we can handle most. This is all recorded. So we can really, if we can start the conversations, and if it's just hey, we just need a yay or nay from somebody who's not here, we can go back and do that. I think
that's true.
This is sort of like we all grown men and we all got some things going on at different times. It's gonna be really hard to ever get us all at the same place at the same time, I think. So
right.
I think this is the forum to just bring everything up, and then anything that needs to be circled back on, we circle back on with everybody. In the week between, or just bring it back up the next meeting when they can get on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I know, I know y'all the Zoe and Pitchfork joints are like you say, y'all trying to drop one once a week, so that's good energy. We got 4 in the can. 3 of them need to be recorded for real, but we got 4 in the can.
Oh yeah.
And we got
another one that's halfway done. I need to finish still. So I think so. Like Damon, like are you and Damon working on anything?
Yeah, we talked. We got a few joints bubbling. Damon's got some joints. You got a couple already kind of written up and ready to roll, right?
Yeah.
So and I know Alex got a couple of joints. He's got a couple of beats in his hands that he's ready to write to, and he's already started writing some already, right?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So I think everybody's just bubbling right now. So
Zone is on right now, man.
Yeah,
which is good because it's allowing us to kind of keep that energy out there, without really taxing everybody. But at some point, that's going to slow down, and we gotta be ready to fill in. You know,
I've been trying to figure out a way to say this too without saying it, but man, if there's any way we can help back him, any way any of us can help back him, because y'all know he's trying to hold off and getting a job again and all that, putting it all into this shit right now, into himself, and find a way to make his creativity build him his income, rather than having to go back just to a plantation and losing that time with himself. So if there's anything we can do from helping him sell merch to helping him sell copies to just kicking him a little something, just whatever, I think it's time to just back him as much as we can, man. Because he's really carrying a lot of weight for us. When he's trying to do these dailies, he's trying not to just do it for him. He's trying to do it for GRYSKLL. You know, he's trying to put us on his back. So any way we can support him while he's doing it, man, I think the more support he sees, the more he's going to push and keep carrying the flag, and it'll help take some weight off his back too, because it's got to be stressful. I know there've been some nights for me where I've been like, yo, I'm still falling out this plane. They ain't got nothing to grab onto yet, but I'm pushing. But any support is all I'm saying. Any support will be helpful, even if it's not coming from us, even if it's just soliciting and trying to push his product, man.
That's real. And I mean, I'm definitely down to support. However, so if that's I guess call a spade. If that's buying merch, cool. If that's kind of whatever would be the most beneficial, I'm down to do. Cause at the end of the day, man, I'm trying to see everybody win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
exactly. Yeah. Definitely. I just want to see somebody be able to win at what they love, man, because it doesn't take much, I don't think, man, to crack and be able to just make a living. If you think about it, man, there's a lot of opportunities out there, and I think we can support each other through some of them. It doesn't have to all be.
He has his site up now, right? Doesn't he have a site up? What is it? Is it zoasaoz.com or is it
KareemMuse.com?
KareemMuse.com. Okay.
Yeah, I manage that right now. So if there's anything, any suggestions, ideas, tips on how to improve it and make it better, make it something that'll work for, let me know. He's got some merch on there too. I don't know if y'all seen the merch that he's got on there. He's
I know you got that one, the kind of the like his
head, right?
Silhouette for
Yanni did that.
Fire,
she drew that, man. She did that.
That
shit.
joint is fire, Yeah, so I'm gonna definitely cop something like that. But
any support of that. I mean, he could use help advertising it. So if y'all pick up some stuff, get some flicks or whatever, send them flicks with you. Rocking his stuff or whatever you got, man. I think that's support. Any form of support that you feel appropriate, man.
It's KareemMuse.com, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just throw it in the group real fast. So
I still ain't forgot about the things I'm gonna send them. I gotta get cleared out. I might have some time tomorrow. I'm glad you said that.
If there's anything I can do to help with that too, man, I'm trying to find ways to help out, man. But
I got his address and everything.
Yeah, he's
but now I see why it's important, because that'll help him get that stuff clearer to you for you to get this stuff done.
Yeah.
Say he's doing it all off an iPad.
Yeah, he's doing everything. He records his verses on the iPad, man, and he kills it, man.
Go.
It sounds clear.
I mean, if I could mix better, man, them joints would sound real clear, man. But I mean, if they just start going your way, sheet or whatever, man, when the mixes start coming through and y'all really get to hear the way he intends for these joints to be heard, your minds are gonna be blown, man. This dude has got some amazing shit. This dude he's definitely in my top 5. This dude is.
He says. What am I trying to say here? He says whatever is on his mind, but it always means something. Like none of it is wasted.
Mm-hmm. And it's not simple.
If that makes sense. Nah,
he maintains a level of complexity that makes you still respect it as an MC. Like, damn. But
it comes across as so simple, and that's the beauty of it. Like, Like
Effortless.
he's definitely
that turkey, that Thanksgiving, man, I damn near fell out my seat. I was like, wait a minute. If you just said I'm a turkey, I said, wait a minute. This concept is too ill. But that's Kareem right there.
Yeah, and when you get into the meat of the rhymes, you understand, oh, this ain't just comedy. This dude ain't just fucking around on the mic just saying shit. This dude is fucking you up. He's really giving you the business with these bars, man.
Yeah,
and he's setting shit up and all that, and he does it freestyle sometimes too. His freestyles sometimes are better than 90% of dudes written.
Yeah,
he's got his style and his delivery mastered. And
that comes from him saying, "Fuck going out here and working these jobs. I'm putting it all into me."
He doesn't deviate from what works. And that is so dope. And when you really dig in and start to analyze, he's dope, man. He's dope. But I think that's the kind of the idea with the collective, yo. Like, it's
each one of y'all.
It's so much like in what's being said. That's
shit, somebody hit the DM today talking about, man, I ain't know that was. They thought, well, because I posted Kareem shit, they thought that was me. I was like, he's like, man, that shit crazy. I was like, no, that's Kareem. That shit dope, man. That shit dope as fuck. So yeah, he hits that wavelength. He hits anger. He hits comedy because his pitch is comedic a little bit because he playing with you like you dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got a lot of sublime.
You know, he plays on words. He's very skilled technician. He's a technician. He knows that.
He knows what he's doing. Yeah. That's
we got some shit in the tuck that he's fucked my head up for good. Like, how the fuck did you think to do this shit? Type shit. Like on beats that I didn't think, I was just fucking around, didn't think would work for anybody. I was just fucking around on the MPC and I was just like, yeah, listen to this weird shit. And he's fucked my head up completely, man. And I know I've had it from each one of y'all so far. That one hits me in waves, man. The story on Still, Jammies hit me in waves. Yeah. Many Zippers hit me in waves. Demar Racist, that joint hit me in waves.
Oh yeah. That's what I got to report. I got to knock that shit out. Yes.
Yeah, and I think you got a joint for another one. You got another one I think that I got to get your stuff in the folder, man.
Mood ring or something like that.
Yeah, once we start like getting momentum, I start putting shit up in SoundCloud in a little private folder so I can start listening to it like that. So once we get into a rhythm, man, I'm gonna be going through that too. Sheed, I think this all started, I realized last week, Sheed, this whole thing really started from you reaching out about the interlude. Yeah, that was really the seed that kicked all this up. And actually you reaching out for Many Zippers before that.
Yeah, many Zippers probably
years ago, right?
Really the catalyst, yeah. And that's still, when I listen to that drum, like, yo, Many Zippers still holds a special place in my heart, yo.
Same here. I'd be cool to let it go in that order. Start with that because that joint is still murder.
We can do that. I'll re-record it, and you got the stems for that or just that
I'll check
that wave. Okay. Yeah, I'll re-record it. And then we can let that one fly.
Okay. Yeah,
let that one fly.
That's love.
Yeah, Dex Luger is quickly moving up my list though.
Yeah, I wanna. Yo, that was ill. Which you flipped the style on that joint too, man.
Yeah, Dex Luger's kind of dope.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be trying not to say this. It's like Wu-Tang, but it's not like Wu. But the anticipation now that Wu was on the other end of things, and they be describing like how it was. Like I never knew that they didn't hear Method Man album before it was done. They heard it when we heard it, type shit. This is what this kind of feels like. Like, man, y'all been stuff baking over there. I'm like, damn.
And that's like that. So that dude, the boxer, that mug is sending like, he was like, yo, I'm about to send you something. I'm gonna send you something else. Oh yeah, I've been writing. I'm gonna check this one out too. I was like, dog.
Love that, man.
Yo, but yeah, and it is wild because kind of like what Damon did tonight, just hearing his verse with like those couple words that other, I'm like, all right,
okay, yeah.
Now I got an idea, you know what I mean? And that's like, I tell Alex all the time, like, yo, if I gotta come up with it, it may not happen, but once the idea is there, I can help bring it home, you know what I mean? And you know, sometimes I just hear beats and they just hit me, you know, but like hooks, you gotta give me an idea what the hook gonna be, or we scratching it. Them the options, yo. But once the idea, the groundwork is laid, I could help bring it home. But yeah, Alex is the king. But yeah, I was writing to this beat. I'm like, I don't even remember that beat, yo. Then he snapped like, oh shit, that beat. So,
yeah.
But
that's what we're going to advantage at.
It's definitely stuff bubbling, man.
I think once we get some sessions going here, I think that's going to really to help determine the direction for that we're gonna go in next too, man. Like,
yeah, we should make like one, like maybe the third Thursday every month, like a session drink. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Everybody knows you either get in on it or you miss out on it. You know what I'm saying? But that might be a good way to do that.
You be able to use the audio to actually put it in program and then turn it into.
If every one of y'all got the satellite plug-in and a computer where you can run Studio One, I think we can actually record the whole song same night and have the stems come to whoever's going to be the engineer for the session. I'm assuming it's probably you, but I mean, I can run engineer for the session for the night and just record everything so you can get in the writing mode.
Yeah, whatever.
That works.
Wait. Yeah, you said you could record off Zoom? On Studio 5?
We can use this plugin called Satellite. We tested this on one of our first, Zooms that we did together. Yeah,
we started making a beat in Zoom, like on like one of the grade school calls. Yeah, and then you just kind of share the files in that program, and then you just load them in your session.
There's a plugin called Satellite that you can load into Studio One or whatever your DAW is. And that joint can pull the stems from everybody's different computers onto whoever started the session so that you can do manipulation and sequencing all in one place. So if you record a vocal over there, it'll automatically sync your vocal and bring it over to me eventually so I can just drop in the session and start mixing or whatever.
That's dope. Damn.
We really got some plans for this, man. We got a lot of, I'm sure we all got a lot of ideas that we ain't even kicked yet. So if we get to the point where we start talking about a couple of weeks and making some decisions weekly, I think we're gonna really get some momentum, man.
Damn. I didn't know you could do that. Damn, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, that is crazy though. We can do that.
Yeah, hell yeah. We might have to go through a couple of headaches to figure it out on the first couple of sessions, man. But I think we can do this, man.
That right there, because you know, for the queued up, we trying to go back and forth. Why we didn't think about that?
Well, I think a part of the problem with it is it would still end up being the same as queued up. Like you would still have to record it, send a stem. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we could both be doing it and kind of pick it up. Like we was
well, he doesn't have to send it. The plugin will bring it to your computer.
That's true, but it's not like it would come across like we was in the same booth having a discussion at the same time. It was still
right.
Yeah.
All right,
Got you. Okay.
That's definitely one of the verses that's better to record like in the same place. Though I get that. I get what you're saying. If it's conversational.
Nah, but it's like it's taking place over the phone though, so it almost doesn't have to be in the same place. I think what really needs to happen is just I need to record my verse to stop slacking so that we can listen to it and then get the timing, and then do a one final recording. But yeah, because
you posted a video of some dude who recorded somebody singing a vocal through the phone on something. You remember that post? I meant to ask you about that. It was probably in August, maybe July.
That was I think that was my man. That was on Facebook. Yeah, I think that was my man Court recording Felton. Singing. Yeah.
He's got any tips that you could pick up before we get started, man? I'd love to get his tips, man, because he recorded them vocals and had it mixed down, and that shit sounded professional all the same night. He said he recorded the vocals through the phone directly. I think.
I'll reach out to him. Yeah, he Court supposedly have a connected with Sony Music in some way. He's got a little label. Well, I shouldn't say a little label, but he's got a label. He's signing some artists. Yeah, but, good dude, man. We went to school together. Definitely a good dude. I'll check with him.
All right, fellas. I think it might.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to crash too.
It may. Yeah, appreciate y'all, brothers, man.
Same, fellas. It's a dope one, man. I'll work on chopping this one up for sure. We definitely got an episode out of this one, man.
Yeah, that discussion was definitely pretty powerful. So
yeah, we got a good one last week too, or the week before last. Shit, y'all really went in, man. You and Demar really went in, man.
Oh man,
what was we talking? I don't even remember, yo. My old age setting in.
So I'll chop it up.
What I said.
What happened?
So I'm gonna listen to J. Cole like crazy, trying to make up for what I said. And
you saw the freestyle joint I posted in the GRYSKLL group the other day, right? Is it just to remind you? I posted, just remind you who J. Cole is or something like that. Yeah,
that's what made me do it. I was like, that's a J. Cole.
That's funny, man. That's funny shit.
Shit. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that was definitely hilarious, man. That's a good clip. I love it.
Yeah. Hey, man, I still feel like from the first episode where I said the beats on that one album was whack, man. I was still feeling bad about that. So I thought I learned my lesson from that. But yeah, I learn how easy it is to say some shit. Like, ooh.
Yo, and the thing is, like, are you okay, baby? Stop doing that so you don't break your tablet. Stop doing that. It's midnight. This dude's still up, yo. This is my life, yo. Midnight. This dude's still up. But yeah, it's funny because like you say something, you're like, yeah, that's not exactly what I meant, but oh well. Yeah.
It's out there.
Oh well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Yes. Because I was like, shit, I'm editing. I could edit it out. I said, nah, I'm gonna learn this lesson. I'm gonna put that shit out there. I just gotta take whatever comes with it. Fuck it.
Yep.
Got a little clickbait, little shock value. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like I was saying, like, you know, we all kind of settling into our kind of who we are, and it's just dope, man. Like, you know, like because it's who, like, it was never like, all right, Damon, this is the role we need you to play. You know, it's just like, yo,
right.
You know what I mean? It just all fit together like a well-crafted puzzle. So yeah,
real shit. Just come as you are, man.
Yep.
That's right.
And then you have a discussion like tonight. Yeah, within discussion like tonight, where it's like, you know, just everybody coming from the heart, and like then you get to see who people really are. Yeah, that joint, that was real good tonight, man.
Yeah, and I tell you, man, that was my biggest goal, man. After I went through my shit, was like, yo, I know I didn't have nobody to talk to. Like, I want to make sure that if there's somebody that wants to talk and don't know they got somebody to holler at, I'm gonna show them that there's a spot you can do that shit at, man. Everywhere, a lot of places where I would go to talk were traps.
Yep. But yeah, and you between that and then, like I said again, we were never taught to be expressive. We were taught to express aggression, anger, but never, you know, the human side. You know what I'm saying? And that, you know,
you tell it to the one that you thought was the one, old girl. You thought she was the one, but you messed around and told her that she gonna use it against you.
Keys to the kingdom. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's like, you don't even know you know, like, all right, I should have told you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
But
I think that was
learned that.
Alex too. I'm glad he got that off his chest.
Yeah. Shit, man. There's a lot of reasons to go crazy out here if you want to take them, man. And
Yep.
if you ain't got people, it's real easy to go all the way off the rails, man. So that's all. I don't fault anybody anymore for any damn thing. I just know I might have to have a wall up between me and you. But shit, I don't think anybody's a bad person anymore, man.
Nah, man, you don't know what people dealing with, man.
In a great space. I really like that. That's really good.
Yeah, man. It's hard to say that shit, but it don't mean it's easy to deal with, but nobody's bad. We just all got our shit, man.
Yeah, man. Yep. Everybody got some shit with them, yo.
No bullshit.
Everybody got some shit.
All right, fellas.
All right, y'all.
Be good, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all, fellas.
All right, man. Good talking to y'all. Peace.
All right, stay up, man. Peace.
Muse with one to dial. Yo, Dragon's Pitchfork. Yeah. Back in the day, today, it's all the same. Originality, tag a train, get fame, spit flame. My partner's name, Godzilla. I be a hard to kill killer. In a group form, in ciphers all night long. Now they only cipher at BET Awards. The show I heard about. I get bored and freestyle. Me and my man be the one to dial. Before smartphones, I was attacking clones. If it was known, it was known. No hashtags, but skills you had to have, or good energy. The rules don't change, we something like referees.
In black and white zebra stripes like wow. Control the game and blow the whistle on anything that's foul. My style is borderline pristine. It's like magic, how I'm worthy of showtime when I rhyme with Kareem. Oh yeah. I'm from the days of Word is Bond, when the kid had to more than ad-lib to get on. Emit devilish flame every time I perform, and keep a dragon's pitchfork inside a black Yukon. Most will miss that, I ain't got time to explain. Suffice to say, what I say is worthy of praise. Digest that, two things I am, sick and black. Charge a handle, pull back, keep him in line like a click track. Mumble a trap to choose which evil is less as a stressor. The doc said it's bad for my blood pressure, so I stick to hip-hop and concoct something fresh as new linen, but smooth as single malt butterscotch. Yo, it's way too easy. Way too easy.
I saw the devil in the living.
Barbecue chicken wings and shiny cars, rims spinning, half dressed women, the world is ours. Yeah. Stay on my grind, East 99. More thugs, camouflage drugs with turpentine. 4th of July, how many times will bottle rockets pop off, taking another life? Temperatures hot as McDonald's fries, sporting tank tops and flip flops. Guess who trending on TikTok? Backyard birthday parties and kids running around trying to do the new dance to the sounds. Project life, living like good times. My people all over the world, we celebrate. Clementine lemonade in the shade, playing spades with a stocking cap, trying to grow me some waves. We all get involved, this casting dogs, bumping Biggie Smalls, round of applause. We did it all in the. We came up together, tougher than leather. Used to run with DMC, try to keep the family together. Mama came home late from her workspace, try to hook us up with a hot plate, couple cube steaks. Papa's a rolling stone, pocket full of stones. Cop patrol the city, we roam, we made it home in a.
Let it be known. Hey, yo, the boy D-Mon just gave you a photogenic view of summertime in the shop. Summertime in the city of wind. Real spitters. Hey, yo, we got T-Bear on the cuts. I go by Tobias Black, a.k.a. Tobias the Gallant. Real rhymer. Boom bap is alive and well. Understand. GRY Scale.